Our first tale takes us to a remote cabin in Montana, where Sarah Jenkins was spending a quiet weekend alone. The scratching started on her first night. Light at first, barely noticeable, but by 3 a.m., the sound had grown into a violent scraping against her bedroom window. When she finally gathered the courage to look, she saw long, dark fingers dragging across the glass. The police found deep claw marks the next morning, 12 feet up the wall. In Boston, 2019, subway driver Mike Ramirez noticed something odd during his late-night run. A woman in a white dress stood motionless on the empty platform. As the train approached, she didn't move, but when Mike hit the brakes, she vanished. Security footage later showed the platform was empty that entire night. Patricia Chen's story begins with a simple voice message. "Mom, there's someone in the house." Police arrived within minutes to find her teenage daughter alone, confused, saying she never made the call. The voice message came from Patricia's phone, which had been destroyed in an accident 3 months earlier. Deep in Louisiana's bayou, local fisherman James Thibodeau encountered something that still haunts him. While checking his nets at dusk, he saw what looked like a person walking on the water's surface. As it got closer, he realized it wasn't walking on the water. It was walking just beneath it. In Seattle's historic Pioneer Square, restaurant owner Lisa Martinez was closing up when she heard chairs moving upstairs. The second floor had been sealed off for renovations. Security cameras caught every chair in the room, rearranging itself into a perfect circle. In the center lay a photograph from 1901, showing the same room with chairs arranged identically. Mark Roberts worked night security at an abandoned hospital in Chicago. During his rounds, he always avoided the pediatric ward. But one night, he heard children laughing. Following the sound, he found tiny handprints glowing on the walls. They led to a room where old records showed 5 children had died during a fire in 1992. Our final story comes from Anna Whitaker, a hospice nurse in Vermont. She had a patient who kept talking about the man in the corner. Every night at 3 a.m., the old woman would point to an empty corner and smile. The night she died, Anna checked on her at 3 a.m. For a brief moment, she saw a tall figure in a black coat tipping his hat before fading into darkness. Some say these stories are just coincidences, tricks of light and shadow. Those who live them know better. They know that sometimes the line between our world and something darker is thinner than we think. And sometimes that line breaks entirely. Sleep well tonight. And remember, not every shadow you see is your own.